and welcome back to Star Wars: The Living Set. Will, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Super excited for this special episode. We had the opportunity this last weekend to go to a Comic-Con here in Minneapolis, which was great. So again, we're in the Vikings jersey. They won again. Every time I wear it, they win. However, people keep getting injured. I don't even know how they keep winning, but that's fine. But we went to Comic-Con, which was super, super awesome. It was called Twin Cities Comic-Con. They had quite the lineup this year. Probably the biggest Comic-Con I've ever been to.
It was probably the best one.
Yeah, definitely the best one. I mean, obviously it's not like, San Diego or some of these other huge ones.
It's not like Chicago Comic-Con or anything like that.
Yeah, but a ton of fun, though. So we had the opportunity to get there, so we'll kind of talk through a little bit of what we did. We'll post some pictures of people that we met, and then we'll also talk about some of the autographs that we got while we were there, right?
Yeah.
All right, so first off, when we got there, it was kind of divided into two different halls, or two different sections. There was the artist section, and those are people that were drawing things or making things. And then the other two-thirds of it was really around vendors. Basically Funko, swords, and everything else.
Anything like that.
Anything like that. So which of that was pretty cool. One of my favorite things we got to do, though, was we actually got to go to a Star Wars Clone Wars panel.
That was super fun.
So it was supposed to be all three of the main voices from Star Wars Clone Wars. It was supposed to be Ahsoka Tano. It was supposed to be Anakin and Obi-Wan. However, Obi-Wan got sick.
Very sad.
Yeah, so he came down with a cold. Couldn't get there, but we did have both Ahsoka Tano, Ashley Eckstein. I always get it wrong. Eckstein, and then
Matt Lanter.
Matt Lanter, I think. Yes. Yep. And what did you think of that time? What did you think of the panel?
That was super fun. It was really interesting to see how Ahsoka and Anakin, or Ashley and Matt, kind of interacted almost like the same way that you hear in the show.
Yep.
So you could definitely tell there was a great bond between them. You could tell that they were really good friends. They just kind of talked about the show a bunch. There were some people asked some questions. I was going to, but we didn't get the chance to because we ran out of time.
Yep.
But I then got to ask that one when we were talking with her and actually got our cards signed, which we'll talk more about that later.
Yep.
But yeah, the panel was super fun, super cool. There were a lot of really great cosplayers in there.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. The thing that I took away was how they talked about how their voices changed kind of either depending on the scenes or also in the age, right? So Ashley talked a lot about when she first started doing the show, and of course in the last episode we just talked about the Ahsoka Tano card. She talked about how she was 14 years old, and then obviously there's other times that she got older, and then also kind of changed around the season. It was weird because her voice is slightly different than Ahsoka's.
Yeah, with Matt you can tell that it's Anakin. That's just his voice.
Yeah.
But with Ashley, she has almost a special voice for Ahsoka.
Yep.
When we were just talking with her, we were getting stuff signed. I was like, this isn't really her. But then she kind of got into character, and I was like, yeah.
That part was pretty cool. And then the other part I thought was really cool when Matt talked about his progress as Anakin.
Yeah.
He talked about sometimes it was he had to change his voice, and it was whether it was angry or whether it was stuff around the dark side or kind of some of those things, which I thought was pretty cool as well. Shout out to them again. They did a really great job of just doing a lot of taking a lot of questions and interacting with people, which was a lot of fun. Yeah. The other part that from this Comic-Con was a very large presence of View Askew Productions, which you have no idea who that is.
No.
You're way too young for that. But pretty much thinking of all the Jay and Silent Bob movies. Tons of characters from there. The line for Kevin Smith was really, really long. But watching all the characters and seeing them there was a ton of fun. We didn't get a chance to chat with them, but it was still just great to see them in person. Yeah. One other person we did chat with was Timothy Zahn, of course, the author of the Thrawn series books. Some people always forget that character was created by Timothy Zahn. And, of course, now that character is all over the place. So if you have never had a chance to read those books, go check them out.
Yeah.
Other things we did, we also met the people from the 501st, had some really cool costumes. We'll put some pictures above us here today as well.
There's a whole section in the back, because usually people only have one stand. I think they probably have 5 or 6 probably.
Yeah, a bunch. They're called booths, is what they're called.
Booths.
Yeah.
And it was just all about the 501st.
Yep.
I'm really interested in that stuff. I want to look into it more. I think it's super cool.
Yeah, and we also met some clone troopers, which we'll take some pictures. We'll post some pictures of that.
Super cool.
A really cool Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I think that the Chewbacca might have been actually bigger than the actual Chewbacca, because that person was definitely tall / enhanced, we'll say at this point for that one. Now that part was cool. Lots of other things as we walked around and saw people. Lots of great costumes. Definitely some interesting costumes. We saw Darth Vader. Who else did we saw? We saw Lord Tyrannus was there.
Yep.
We saw some Jawas. We saw lots of different things.
We saw Padme.
We actually saw pregnant Padme,
Oh yeah.
which was maybe one of my favorite costumes of the entire
I mean,
thing.
like, you're a Star Wars fan. You're going to Comic-Con and you're pregnant. Pregnant Padme.
I don't know if she was pregnant or if she might have just been wearing a costume for it.
Yeah.
You never know. All right,
Who
so
knows?
part of the things we wanted to go to this for is because there's two people from Star Wars: The Living Set that were there,
Mhm.
and we, as you guys know, we try to get some cards autographed. We try to get some prints autographed. And we do that. It's also just a great chance to get to meet them. So
Mhm.
the first person was Danny Trejo, who, of course, is the Rancor Keeper right up here. Danny was super, super nice.
Mhm.
The line went really, really quick. And, of course, most of the stuff he was signing was not Star Wars related because he's been in so many other things. But, you know, Danny was a really, really nice guy,
Mhm.
interacted with everyone, took lots of pictures, and just did a really nice job. Yeah. How was your time with Danny?
He was super nice. He also had, like, very long lines, so you kind of tell they wanted to get through quick.
Yep.
He still took the time to, like, sign it nice, say hi, things like that. I love how he signed it. Yeah.
And then he's like, ooh, Rancor Keeper, and he underlined that, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. All right, and then our other person, of course, and the reason why we were super excited to go, especially you, is, of course, Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka Tano from Clone Wars. I don't know what to say. Like, I have not interacted with a lot of celebrities or actors or actresses or whatever you want to classify it, you know, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I have never interacted with someone who's as nice and genuine and just caring about every single person that she connected with.
Mm-hmm.
The line was really, really long.
It was funny because Ashley and Matt were right next to each other, and Ashley being Ahsoka kind of had like a very big line. I almost kind of felt bad for Matt though, because he only had like a few people, and then he was just kind of like chilling there, and I almost felt bad for him.
I think he was okay. But we were probably, I don't know, 40th, 50th in line, maybe something like that.
We were waiting there for a solid 2-ish hours.
Yeah, we were in line, but you know, I'll tell you what, she took it. If people wanted to engage with her, she took at least 5 to 10 minutes per group.
Yeah.
And the way that she interacted with them, and she listened to their stories, and she listened about the impact Ahsoka had made on them. And people gave her gifts from drawings to bracelets to whatever it was, and just the way that she emotionally and physically engaged with every single person was truly amazing.
Yeah, she was super nice. She took a solid 5 to 10 minutes with each person.
Yep.
I love like how you said she engaged with everyone. She took the time to chat with everyone, even though there was a massive lineup for her, like humongous line. She still took the time to talk with everyone, and I just love that because like the few times that we've like met celebrities at things like this, like they're usually kind of like that, but also I mean they kind of want to get through it because they have a bunch of people to meet.
Yeah.
But she completely took the time, made sure that like we got what we wanted to say. She signed our cards and printed super well.
Yep.
It was just great.
Yeah, I think the part that was really cool is, of course, Will went up and talked to her first, and then I was there, and my wife was there. And when we talked to her, you know, she asked his name, but then also asked our names.
Yeah.
And talked to us. And we started talking about the channel. You guys have probably seen it. We posted it on Instagram. And then, you know, she wanted to learn about it. The cool part, maybe one of the coolest parts I've had out of this entire time was she said, well, make sure you tag me on there, and I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many times do people meet celebrities or famous people and they say, well, hey, send me a letter, or hey, do this, I'll check it out. I'm sure they don't have time. Yeah. They're very busy. They get a million requests for things. I get it. So we came home that night, and we on Instagram, we actually tagged Ashley with a picture of you engaging with her, and when she's signing, I think the print.
Yeah.
By about 11:30 that night, well into the evening, after she had a very long day of
humongously long.
Con the full day, also having a panel. She also has family here, so she was engaging with them. Little you know, all of a sudden we have a follow on our Instagram account, and it was Ashley. So I just thought that was super, super cool. Again, if you ever have a chance to meet her, please take the time to do it. Ashley, thank you for what you do for the Star Wars community. Thank you for what you do for just engaging with people. And not because it's Star Wars, but just because she's a good person. It was pretty awesome.
Very nice.
Yep.
Super fun.
Any other takeaways from our Comic-Con time?
I don't really think so. One more thing about Ashley.
Yep.
What I really liked is Ahsoka Tano is known for her, I'm pretty sure they're called Leiku, or like her hair.
Oh, yeah.
Montrals.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't remember. It's one of those. But what I liked is she actually had blue and white coloring in her hair.
She did do that.
Very faint, but you could still tell that it was like she wanted that to happen so that she could, quote unquote, be Ahsoka. And I really love that.
Yep.
She was just super nice. It
Yep.
was just such a great time.
She did a great job, and again, she signed one of our cards for us. Of course, signed a print up here for us. Truly amazing. So again, shout out to Danny. Shout out to Ashley.
Yep.
Had a really, really great time. Thank you, Twin Cities Comic Con, for putting on a great show, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Bye.